Dr. K here. New video, end of the week, gorgeous day. Actually a beautiful breeze. Got to remember to water the flowers here, even though it's been raining. Gonna take the M2CS, grab a cup of coffee, and come on along with. Really, truly fun to drive. It's a 2020. It doesn't have the carbon ceramics, but it does have steel brakes. But it is a 6-speed, so it's actually fun to drive. Reminds me a little bit of the GT4 that we had, the Porsche. Really responsive, beautiful color. It's got a little bit of a glitter to it. It's been dusty here. We just had this washed yesterday, and the dust is everywhere. So I think partially dust and partially pollen. There's our plates, Doc, just so that in case I forget what I did for a living as I get older. So one of the things with the BMW M's obviously is there's different modes. So you have the M1 mode, you have the M2 mode. We're gonna go ahead, you hit it twice, it says confirm. So we're now in the M2 mode. So nothing like working the whole week and then you have Friday and you don't even know that it's Friday. So that's a nice addition. Big project, probably power washed. Everybody says, what do you power wash yourself for? I'm one of those guys that I do it better than anyone else, which is a terrible way to actually look at things. So there's a rule. If somebody could do it 80% of what you think you could do it, you should give it away. You should delegate it. And that's a good leadership tip, because everybody always thinks they could do it themselves better than anyone else. The problem is they end up doing everything. And if you end up doing everything, you don't have sometimes time for the things that are important to do. So if somebody could do it 80% as good as you should go ahead and delegate it. I used to drive manual all the time when I was in medical school. Actually, I had a car, probably not a lot of you even remember. It was called a Pulsar. It was a Nissan Pulsar. And the first version of the car almost looked like a slice of pie. It had a slant nose on it. I haven't seen one in years. And there used to be a car, the Triumph car. They had a Triumph, I think it was a TR7, and that had that same type of slant front. Again, you don't see a lot of those out on the road anymore either. Yeah, so I had a Nissan Pulsar, and that was a stick. And after that, I had a next generation of the Pulsar, which I don't know if any of you youngsters, I shouldn't say youngsters, makes me seem old, but I don't know if any of you younger folks remember the T-tops were huge. So when you had a T-top, you took two portions of the roof off and stored it in the back, and it was kind of like a convertible. In reality, when looking back at it, it was really just a pain in the ass. It would have been better to have a convertible, but that was my other car that I got into a pretty severe accident in on one of the highways. Somebody from behind switched lanes, and the person behind them had no idea that I had stopped. It was Labor Day, and they smashed right into me, and the car was completely totaled. So to be honest with you, I'm lucky to be alive. Lost some teeth, cut my head open, and then I bought, after that accident, I bought another manual, which was a Mazda RX-7. And then after that, I kind of shifted. Well, I had a Miata too, which was a manual, and then I kind of shifted away from those and went into Mercedes, and now we're back to manual. So we're getting into downtown St. Charles, and man, this thing's really changed the city, and all of this is built up. So this is all built up. This is the Fox River. This is all new that wasn't there. Zaza's, the restaurant's been there for a long time. I'd say, well, longer than you've been born, actually, Michael. It's been there for a while. It's one of our favorite Italian restaurants to go to. You got it.
All right, anything else for you?
That'll do it.
All right, we'll see you over here for 570.
Thank you. Going backwards. So this is like a little go-kart, very responsive, easy to shift. So yesterday, actually, I went to lunch with two physicians, one male, one female, that I actually trained with, and he has a 7 Series, the new 7 Series. And last time we went, he actually drove the Rolls, and you know, for the people who don't know, the 7 Series is built on the same platform as the Rolls. So I was able to drive that. It does compare to the Rolls. I still like the Rolls from a comfort perspective a little bit more. But I'm laughing because that compared to this. So you could see your screen here is very small. The whole front is actually a screen. And then he opted to have the option of the big screen in the back. That's bigger than most of my computer screens. It's probably just as big as some of my TV sets, like in the gym. So it really was unbelievable. And the other thing that was completely unusual is you always think from a luxury perspective that when you have seats, everybody goes with the leather. Well, he had cashmere inserts. So it was actually, you thought it was cloth, but actually it was this high-end cashmere that is in the 7 Series, which is a little bit different than what you're used to. You always think, oh, the luscious leather. So moral of that story is everybody has different options. Everybody likes different things. And what's good for one person might not be good for someone else.